Greetings, Aquarius. This is your reading for this new moon in Taurus happening really right now, and everything, of course, is a rhythm, a continuation. So let's just see. We're kind of seeing time really speeding up. In many respects, it's been accelerating gradually for quite a long time. If you haven't joined me before, thanks for tuning in. And if you have, thank you too. I do appreciate all your likes and shares, subscribes, all of that kind of thing. Take what resonates from these readings, leave what doesn't. It is a storyline, it's a general reading, it can only be that. So Aquarius, dear, Aquarius, let's get into it. We've got one card coming out. And we'll keep going through. We'll get a few more and then clarify. We clarify with a few other decks on this channel. So let's get stuck into it. As I was talking about, time. And as I said that, we get something coming out here, which is all about time, or timing. You know, it seems as we extend or expand upon our five senses, it seems to be working in parallel with you know, AI advancement as well, which I find kind of interesting if you think about it, that parallel, that we are becoming more sort of sensitized, which is not a bad thing, but it does require a level of mastery, self-responsibility, all of that kind of thing. Anyway, Aquarius, let's get a couple more cards for this, what is going on here today. Got a few. Oh, we'll just keep it simple. Stick to a narrative. Here we go. Thank you. Oh, lovely. So we've got an interesting kind of quite a fiery storyline. It's a good thing. As I said, we go through and clarify. At the end, I'll pull an animal spirit card for some guidance for an animal maybe to meditate upon, Aquarius. Now, we come out here with the Tower. We know what the Tower is all about. It's about building new foundations. That's sort of going on all around us at the moment. It could be in your personal life, but it might just be in the environment that's around you, wherever you happen to be in the world. Beautiful card for the simple fact that it is a cleaning and a clearing. It is a rebuilding. It's a purification through collapse and fire. You know, it's we're talking symbolically here. So it's a wonderful card because we get infused with new insights, clarity, Aquarius, that kind of thing. Talking about timing as well, we get art, which is the Temperance card. We are speaking alchemy here. We're talking about a timing that lies in everything, that it might feel like the last 9 months maybe have been a little bit, a little bit stymied, that things haven't taken off as quickly as you wanted them to, but that sort of is about to change. Clearly it is changing when we have the Tower in front of that. For some Aquarians out there, of course, you know, you might be rebuilding something. You might actually physically be building a new structure or a new idea, or it can be anything like that. So after that beautiful Temperance card, we have the Princess of Wands. Fiery Princess. When I'm talking about purification, we see it in this card. It's really talking about overcoming quite a few things in order to sort of express, because it's about full expression. It's about will expression. Princess of Wands, we see the altar as a flame. And then, of course, we've got the Queen. So it's an evolution, it's an elevation. You're sitting in a good position at the moment. I see the Aquarian kind of imbued, I think is a good word for it, with the passion, with the new sort of enthusiastic, passionate approach to their life. And, because I think in the past, whether it's however long ago, whatever, but in the past, I do think, I see that tower as being something that sort of occurred or has repetitively occurred for some Aquarians, and then there's a timing zone where it's a matter of time where you sort of launch yourself like the Princess of Wands into full expression in your life, and you're getting backed. I mean, it's this fire, it's really fiery here. So let's go through. Morgan Greer will clarify for you, Aquarius. Clarifying for Aquarius, what was this tower moment? Because I sort of see it as something of the past. For some Aquarians, this could be quite specific. I'll keep hold of that. We've got the 10 of discs coming up. When we ask what was that tower moment, I think there was and with the Chariot, so well protected here. Coming into a balance, actually, with the knowledge, I think specifically a knowledge of family patterns. This is what I get. A knowledge of that. Whether that's familial or genetic, whatever. The values, loyalties that we grow up with can change. Sometimes we can observe or be quite objective about looking at our family of origin. This is neither good, bad, positive or negative. It is what it is. And we see the things that we were taught and brought up with. There's a tower moment here. It's not to say that that's those things for some people are quite difficult. For other people, not so difficult. I mean, I'm talking about difficulty in terms of trauma, childhood stuff, which has been floating around in the ethers, inciting and triggering people for the last while. Anyway, but we're more knowledgeable about these things now, so we go and pay someone to listen to us, don't we? Instead of going on about it to everyone. And with the idea of self-responsibility. So what was I saying? So we're looking at the tower. We have that maybe overcoming a few of these patterns of our lineage and moving in a different direction. I'm talking about a new balance that is dictated by you. That is that tower for you, Aquarius. And then we have this period of a kind of timing period. Timing period. We've got Knight of Wands, Fire of Fire. Lots of things to deal with in terms of the rush of, the impulsive nature of ourselves, the cravings that we have. There is a compulsion with the Knight. And there's a contradiction there in terms of temperance and that night, because the night is like a, fire breather, or what are those things? Fire blower, whatever. And yet you've got temperance, where it's about timing, it's about things not always being within your control, except yourself, of course. But you understand that, Aquarius. Then let's look at this Princess of Wands. So it's quite a big growth spurt, you could say. It has been. Oh, Princess. We've got the Four of Discs. So in our desire and our need to fully express, possibly in some very new ways, we're allowing something, we're letting go of something here, because it's largely, usually, a requirement, whether that's something within ourselves, whether it's a physical, tangible thing. We understand the nature of timing. We understand nothing is ever static. And, Aquarians are fixed sign, but you are an air sign. So there's that there's a balancing act here. There's a balancing act all the way through, actually. You've got that Chariot with the Tower. You've got Temperance with the compulsive Knight of Fire. Which is required in an alchemical process, is it not? You've got that Four of Discs with the Princess of Expression and Passion and Fire and all of that. We have, this just came out, the Death card, wonderful transformation. This is on a personal level for Aquarians. This is the story today. There has been a personal transformation. You've figured out the balance of creating a solid, whether it's a home, whether it's a solid environment for yourself. Well, balancing that with being flying your flag, being your individual self, and not being sort of snuffed out within that. Your experiential nature is not limited, and yet you've created a very secure environment around yourself. This is a transformation for you, and we've got the High Priestess coming out here. We're talking high octane intuition, guidance, whatever way you want to look at it, however you understand that for yourself. You have been listening to the counsel of that intuitive guidance, and that's been crucial in this process. Queen, it's a beautiful reading. Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands. So it's like an elevation, isn't it? We graduate. Aquarius. We don't need anything, do we? A bit funny today, these cards. Oh, funny. Well, look, it's an elevation that relates to your, I'm not talking about gender here, it relates to the balance between your masculine and your feminine side, and it doesn't matter what you are, you have those things within you. We're looking at an elevation, we're looking at a graduation. As I said, I'm repeating myself, but we're looking at this Queen of Swords. We get the King of Queen of Wands. We've got the King of Wands. It's a wonderful balance. We're talking balance. We can't move without balance. I mean, everything here is like, it sort of is like, it's a balance. You've got what could be seen as sort of contradictory elements together. It's because you've integrated that, Aquarius. It's pretty good. Okay, let's get a Brian Froud Pixie and Fairy card. You might be feeling like, you know, after all of this, you might feel like just having a rest at some point because it's quite full on. Pixie and Fairy Glimmer. Yeah, what am I talking about? I'm talking about balance. I'm talking about balance. We've got 3 Brian Frouds, Pixie and Fairy cards here, which pretty much, excuse me, Aquarius, express that whole idea of balance. There's a, what are we talking about? We're talking about holism on an individual level. We have unity. We're talking holism here. We're talking a new entity ready to make its way into the world here. This is a conjoining to create something new. We have Indy, a card of making choices. You know what your choice is. It's weighted. Balance. And then we have the topsy-turvets. You know what looks like that, looks the same the other way, but you navigate that. It's also about people seeing you. People have seen you. Like you may have been on TV or something, or you may have been, or people in your environment are seeing you in a new way, because there's a process that's gone on within you for quite a period of time. It's pretty special. Animal guide for Aquarius. Kim Cran's animal spirit. We just get one beautiful card. And you know, I think someone else got this cosmic egg. I think it was Taurus maybe, which is appropriate. We've got a new moon in Taurus. So Aquarius, you've created this beautiful world, your egg. Excuse me. And you know that gradually, in a new fashion, when it's ready, you can unfurl, if that's the right word, uncurl, and allow a little bit more to be seen because there's more there. This is about value, protecting the things that you value as much as anything else. That inner core, that is you. On that note, Aquarius, thanks for joining me. Ka kite. We'll see you next time. Have a lovely, lovely new moon in Taurus. Cheery now.